First insurgency disbandment for the Contras, which is the side I'm playing. Oh, here, give you a little look at this map here. Oh, and of course I don't have my pointer with me. But you can see here we have pulled back from this massive little spot that we're blocking. That's a reinforcement. It must be their major military complex. Well, they have successfully cleared it of Contras. And in his next turn, my opponent's got a bunch of reinforcements getting ready to head on out. So in anticipation of that, the Contras have boogied along. They have got the hell out of there and are protecting their little roadways, protecting their hexes that the FSLN, or not the FSLN and Sandinistas are going to want to take. Meanwhile, if we can block them, kind of cut them off, this backcountry is ripe for picking. Somehow we got to gather enough forces, though, to deal with it while holding off on this massive amount of reinforcements that's going to be heading on out somewhere. They got a fire to put out here, and they got to get somebody over here. Let's see how the battles unfold. Now, right now, it's my insurgency disbandment phase, and I'm going to take full advantage and take care of some of these units that are taking casualties and are at half strength from previous fighting. So let me go ahead and do that, and I will get credits when it comes to my insurgency command points. So that counter will be going up. Units will be being placed on the next insurgency placement phase for next turn. Alright, so that is what's going on here. I did say something earlier about some of these units here on these helicopters. Maybe it's the opponents, but he won't get a chance to launch anything against me because it'll be, well, it's his turn next, but during my phase here, he won't get a chance to launch any attacks. If that's what I was thinking. I don't think that's what I was thinking anyway. But anyway, I'll quit rambling and let me start disbanding some units. We'll start up here, Air Group 1. Everybody's at full strength. Reorganization. Oh, did I hit my reorganization yet? Huh. I don't think I did. Let me press pause on this. I'm guessing it's just been that long since I played the game. Because I do remember going through supply and everything, so I'm pretty sure they've already been reorganized. So let's go ahead and say we've done everything. We'll start with our first insurgency disbandment. Over here will be the first candidate. He is in the swamp/forest. There you go. I'll have to do this on the Vassal mod where I click the die roll, but I'll show you what the result is using the allied dice. Be right back. The result was a 6, and I get a +1 because he's in his home country. So he will definitely be able to be disbanded. We'll take him. He's a half strength. We'll place him over here in the insurgency placement phase box of next turn. There you go. And that is I can't see it. My screen's all UDN. Contra insurgency unit. Alright, now I gotta go through these and make sure I find them all. We'll be right back. Alright, next one will be this ARDE unit. That is, see where he's at on the map. You get a die roll, and we'll be right back. Alright, important to where he's at, and that is in a jungle. We'll go here in jungle or mountain jungle because he got a low number 1. Excuse me. But I'll get a +1 because I'm in my home country. So we'll go over here under the 2, and it says yes, but a +1. I don't understand that when it comes time to disband him, so we'll just disband him. He gets a yes. We'll put him over here, and we'll give us another insurgency command point credit. Alright, let me look and see if there's some more. I know there's a bunch more here I need to disband because they've taken hits. There's one spot here that's a whole stack of units. Ooh, he's not one of them. He's good. These guys are all full strength. Ooh, these guys are waiting to be airlifted when it comes to the upcoming air mission phase. Oh, let me me see here. We'll be right back. All right, the next spot's gonna be this spot over here, right across the border. With all these units, we'll be rolling for 3 of these, but these boys here are in rough terrain. A little bit harder to disband them in the rough terrain, I guess. But there you go. Looking for 3 die rolls. We'll be right back. The first one was a 2 in rough terrain, plus 1 is a 3. He does not disband. Oh, that sucks. Alright, we'll be right back. Next one was a 3, which is a 4 in rough terrain. He does disband. So out of these 3, he won't. He will flip him over to his full size. Oops, sorry about this. Camera work. Place him over here. Zoom out. We have 1 more to attempt to disband at half strength. We'll be right back. Alright, so the last one in rough terrain is a 6. Plus 1 is a 7. So he'll be able to disband. We'll take him, flip him over to his full size, put him over here so that it looks like we have like 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 units. This unit here did not make it in his attempt. So he will be back there, still at half strength. Let me make sure there's anybody else. I think that'll be it for my half strength insurgency units I want to disband. Look over the board, I'll be right back. Alright then, 4 units to come back. Next turn, got 4 credits for my insurgency command points. That'll be it for the first insurgency disbandment phase. I'll get another one. But now we'll move down to the very important air mission phase. We got full complement of air units. We got Huey choppers getting ready to move units. And see what we want to do. We got back. Alright, for helicopter transport, I just wanted to make sure this was looked up, but beyond movement radius, the helicopter must remain in the hex. It says something about can move up to double its radius. So that's interesting. From one friendly supplied hex to another if it moves beyond blah blah blah. It did say something about the terrain. A transport, here it is. A transport helicopter can move its load to a clear or rough hex in enemy zone of control if there is a friendly ground unit in the hex. Alright, but it says here, if it moves its load from one friendly supplied hex to another, the hex can be an enemy zone of control. If the hex is occupied by enemy ground units, a paradrop or helicopter assault must be made, which is fine. But the friendly supplied hex can be any type of terrain. I'm going to have to find out the difference between this statement and the previous one. We'll be right back. I don't know if I'm just too dense to understand it or what, but let's see if we can get this better here. A transport helicopter can move its load to a clear or rough hex in an enemy zone of control if there is a friendly ground unit in the hex. Alright, makes some sense. Down here, if it moves its load from one friendly supplied hex to another, the hex can be in an enemy zone of control. Period. The friendly supplied hex can be in any type of terrain. Am I missing something here? Now, the thing of it is, past practice, I have moved friendly units to hexes that weren't clear or rough terrain if they had a friendly unit in it. So it's backing me up here. The friendly supplied hex can be in any type of terrain. I don't know what the difference is between these statements. Let me look it over real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm coming to a conclusion and I'll make sure I check with my partner or my opponent that if you got a unit in a hex, it can be any terrain. So let's go ahead and we're assuming that they can clear out with chainsaws or some kind of landing zone. They did it in Vietnam, so I guess that's fine. I don't know what that clear and rough terrain hex means. That might mean if there isn't a unit in the, we'll take it that if he wants to bring a supply or a unit into a hex that's not occupied by a unit, it's got to be clear or rough. If it's a unit that has a hex that has a unit in it, it can be any terrain. It's that simple. All right, my first mission is going to be this Huey here at this little spot, And he's going to take this unit here and land him right here. So we'll go ahead and it'll look like this when we're done. This unit here is at half strength, which is kind of a bummer. Make sure I got the camera work going on here. We'll put the half strength unit down there full, and this will be at this town here of Octel. All right, one unit there. Second unit here, full strength. Insurgency unit, and at the very bottom will be the helicopter, and he'll be turned this way. The signifier, has one more activation left, but that'll be it. Let me see what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 stacking points there, so maximum stacked. The next civilian military assistance helicopter will be. He can perform a paradrop or helicopter assault. So let me look and see if I want to do that on any of these hexes. We'll be right back. All right, we're going to move him up from down here to the original supply source. This is an allied supply source worth big time points to my opponent, but it has it's a civilian military assistance supply source. Has a Huey that's always providing supply, but it's got to stay rotated upside down, so I can't do that with that Huey. It just stays there as a transport, always bringing supply to that spot. There we will have my failed reorganized FDN Contra unit. We also have the newly arrived paradrop unit and my Huey, which will be rotated that way to signify that it has performed a mission. To be honest with you, it really needs to be stacked this way. Hold on. Let me get going here. That one there. This one on the bottom, signified isn't got anybody loaded onto it. These 2 units on top. So there you go. That's my little defensive spot behind this river. Got me 2 regular units here. Defense strengths of 1, 2, 3. Ooh, he's injured. 3, 4. So I got 4 defense factors here. If they do come in to attack this spot here, though, they have to soak off, which they probably can. I mean, he's got a bunch of units here. This is a huge stack. I'm just doing what pitiful little I can to hold him back. But his object now, when he is unleashed, will be just to destroy units. It's kind of like the Israelis are wanting to do to Hamas nowadays. Just destroy units. All right. We'll be right back. All right, so that's my situation on that little front. We still have some more units here with helicopter transport. We try to figure that out, and we'll be back. First, I'm off to eat breakfast and do some running around. Looking forward to coming back in an afternoon or evening full of some more wargaming. We'll be back. All right, we got this little area here taken care of. Our next hex with units and Huey transports will be right here. We're going to keep it local, and at least one Huey here, and maybe another one right here. There's a lot of good terrain here, but or maybe both of them right here. You got to look at these defense factors. There's only 2, so it's really weak. Let me find out how I want to disperse them. But yeah, we'll take enough from here, and like the rules say, as long as there's a unit in the hex, it could be any terrain. We'll be right back with the next helicopter transports. All right, when it's all said and done, that's what we got going on here. Beefed up. This hex here, we got a Huey that's rotated this way, denoting that it can have one more activation. We have a regular Contra unit, insurgency unit. This is the weakest part of my front here, but he has a 2 defense factor. So, and here we have a regular Contra unit and 2 insurgency units and a civilian military assistance chopper down there on the bottom. And he is also turned 90 degrees, I think is what it is. All right, that'll be it. We have one more hex with a big old CIA Chinook, and he can carry 2 units instead of just 1. So find out where he's going to go. I'm pretty sure we'll just put him right here with our COE Special Forces paratroopers. We're right back. Well, the CIA helicopter's already turned 90 degrees, so he's got one more mission left in him. He will grab himself up a couple units there. He'll drop these 2 units off right here, and he will turn upside down. But it'll be the end of the turn after my turn, so he'll be fine when it comes to the communist player. If they attack this hex, this unit here will be rotated the right way, and he'll have 2 missions for him. So if this hex does get attacked, he can provide close combat, defensive close combat support. We'll be right back. All right, we're gonna be a little bold, and from Air Group 3, we're going to move that air unit there. Let's zoom in here a little bit into the used pile. We're going to have both of our damaged air units go with them. You can see the numbers down there in the bottom left are 1, 2, 3, 4. Air mission marker starting at Air Group 3. And I'll show you where its target's going to be. Turn it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hexes away. All those units have a 40 hex range. And yes, we are attacking the Messiah radar range unmolested because... Ooh, sorry about that. Sandinistas have no fighter aircraft in the available spaces. So we'll go over here to the terrain feature bombardment table. And under the Messiah complex, we will be using 1 to 7 bombardment factors. Looking for a number here. Let me see if we got what the modifiers are. Allied bombardment strike mission. Or attacked by, well, we're not getting attacked by a SAM. Air faculty, intervention game, port, roads, optional modifiers, air facility, roads, Messiah. +2 attack with U.S. smart bombs. We won't be doing that. In the conventional game, a maximum of minus is applied to bombers against terrain. Otherwise, modifiers are cumulative. There you go, cumulative. Alright, so there won't be any modifiers. I will show you what the result is under the 1 to 7 column. I need a high number, 4 or more to damage. It says right here, a D suppresses Messiah's electronic warfare capability for the rest of the turn and all of next turn. Oh, I mean, well, you know, the rest of this turn's no big deal, but that's the big deal. Messiah's range is right here, so there's the actual complex that my air units have stopped at. The only reason we're able to do this is because, number one, there's no SAM site or anything there. It's pretty much undefended, but more importantly, he's used all of his air units, so this is we get air superiority. So we'll go ahead and attack the radar with a range with all these little dragon's teeth or whatever. I can show you what his range is. Oh, it goes up around here, but that'll help us out big time when he can't detect us next turn. So we're going to go over to the Vassal mod, punch in all this, plus a couple little comments. We always like to comment to each other, me and my opponent, about what's coming up. But yeah, need a high number, so we'll keep it on that 6, and we'll let you see, without no modifiers, what the die roll result is. All right, we got a 5 on the Vassal mod. Let me see what that means over here. I'm pretty sure it does what we need it to do. Alright, a 7 with a 5 damages it. Yes. So that'll be bad news for my opponent. Messiah's damage, EW capability eliminated until Messiah is repaired in an intervention game. Wow. So there you go. Big success. I don't find out how I signify that, but that thing is damaged. And we'll be right back. Alright, the Messiah radar complex has been damaged. And that is a result of the Sandinistas not keeping any interceptors in the available spot. And my AC 47s, I guess, had a good die roll and a great result. So that is killer. Now he's got to repair that. This is damage for this turn and the rest of the next turn, so there you go. I believe that'll take care of all my air units in my air mission phase. Maybe look around here. Maybe I want to transport some air units. Let me check this out real quick. I do see a unit that's just lingering off the board here. What's he doing there? Let me find out what's up. We'll be right back. He was the unit that had the step loss that was unable to meet the disbandment qualifications. So we couldn't disband. He's still there at the supply source. We will put the chopper here. Reduced unit, full strength unit, and there we go. We're done, I believe, with the air mission phase. Let me check that out real quick, and we'll be right back. Now, the thing of it is, this chopper here is the one I might want to transfer, but he's upside down, so he has no more activations left. I do have some Hueys with some other units that can still move somewhere else. We might want to do that. Have us a little, like a gathering or marshalling area. But that have to be with the paratroopers, so on and so forth. Let me find out what I want to do with them. We will be right back. I did a little bit of repositioning. I moved UH from this hex here down to here, and another one from around here up to here. With they're both with parachute units now, so in case it gives me that option next turn. There you go. I think that's going to be it for my air mission phase. There will be no ground combats, I'm afraid. This turn, we're on the defensive. Reserve movement, I don't think there'll be any of that. No more second insurgency disbandment phase. We'll give it another try on that one unit that wasn't able to disband. Let me look up the criteria on that, and we'll be right back. All right, it says nothing about meeting any criteria or failing the first time. So we'll take a second shot at that old boy. He gets a +1, and he is in the rough terrain right there. He's on the bottom. He's half strength. He failed his last attempt, so we'll give him a +1, and I'll let you know what the disbandment die roll was. All right, more than enough. So that'll work. We'll take him off the board, even though he did have one factor. It makes that hex that much weaker, but more importantly, he'll go over here, and we'll get him able to organize the next turn. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 insurgency units. Give us an insurgency command point back, credit, and that is how that is done. We're down here to the helicopter transport. I don't think we'll be doing any of that. Return to base and repair reinforcement. Oh, I do get a reinforcement. Oh, it ain't that turn yet. I gotta wait till next turn. All right, well, I'm pretty sure that'll take care of my turn. When we come back, we might call this a video. It'll be turn number 5 for the communist player. I get all this housekeeping done, and we'll be right back real quick. End of turn stage for turn number 4. Going on turn number 5, and it'll be the communist player's turn, but here you go. Little synopsis. Mostly a blocking action here, and like I said, not much. So this isn't really a defensive force, but the gates have been open to Metagalpa, whatever their big military complex is here, and personnel are flooding in and manning their equipment. They're getting fired up and ready to go. We'll see where they deploy to. There is some insurgency units on the outskirts protecting them, but they've cleared the area of Contras. The Contras, knowing this, are blocking the routes to the fighting along the coast in the east. And you can see here the Contras don't have many forces. Most of their forces are sitting here on blocking action. So we'll see what we can do, but we'll see how bad the attack is. We're going to try to maybe draw some forces down here. We have a good little hex here that's built up. They won't get there right away, but you can see how I got mostly the roads with armor. If that's what they got as mechanized armor, you're only going to get maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe to here. So I think we'll be all right here with our little entrenchment. There you go. That is it. All the units in the available spot, but I've yet to do it for the communists. Be right back. And we're ready to go. Just need to upload all this to my opponent on the vlog, and it's always exciting for him to, or for me, when it's my turn. So he'll be all excited to be able to look over the map and find out what he wants to do in response. Like I said, the object of the communist player is mostly how many units the Contra still have on the board at the end of the game. So he won't really collect his victory points till this turn. We'll have to roll for weather. I'll let him do that on his vlog, and we're moving these counters up this way. Odds are it's going to be clear weather. It's always a modifier for clear weather when it comes to a die roll. But there you go. What will he do with all of his reinforcements? And I think he's even got more coming. He's just got one unit. It's an anti-aircraft unit still. Oh, no, it's an infantry unit with anti-aircraft capability. That's what that little dome is. Means he must have some kind of little portable SAMs. I don't know what the Soviet equivalent to a Stinger would be, but there you go. That is it so far. Good guys, me. 4 victory points, communist 0. But like I said, the communist points won't come into effect till the end of the game. That is it. We'll call it a video. Great time with Central America.